kind of talk about something that came up with some of my students around building a network and really understanding the power of doing that. And then when I talk about building a network, is a network of people that I always think about it as kind of like as affiliates. When I was running my real estate business, I had about 33 affiliates, and these were professionals in different areas of work, right? So we had, plumbers, electrician, handyman, drywall, concrete, uh, everything that building decks. Also had, we had attorneys, had CPAs, we had all of these people that were in our world, that were in our network, that we were able to refer business to. And why that's so important, because I think a lot of times that we miss this piece of it, to where, yes, we're building this network and we think, well, we're just going to refer, we're building this to refer them business. We are, but we're really building this network for really two main reasons. Okay. The number one reason is that building our network. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw this. I'm terrible, right? My drawing is not going to be great. So this is you, right? In the middle of this, in this circle. And then outside of this is our network. Okay. And we can go out here and we've got all these different people that are in our network of people that we know, right? We've either done business with them, right? That we know, like, and trust them. They know, like, and trust us. Okay. By you being in the center of this whole circle, what makes this so powerful is that you have the ability to then refer out business, right, to these people. So someone comes into your world and they ask you, it's like, hey, do you know anybody? Do you have a painter? Do you know a painter? Yeah, I do have a great painter. I have Antonio. Antonio is a great painter. Why? Because he's painted a bunch of stuff for me. He does a great job. He charges a fair price. Good guy. I'm able then to refer that business, connect this client out here, right? With Antonio, right? I'm connecting with them, right? So you see where this goes, is that I'm not only bringing value to Antonio, but I'm also obviously bringing value to my client or someone else in my sphere. And why this is so important is that, and why you really want to focus on building this thing out, is because the more that you can help this client, and we're going to put a little happy face on that, because why? They're happy because they're going to get a painter. And I know in my business and students of mine, people, those that are in my one-on-one coaching program, is one of the things that, is a big focus of that is like, how do we continue to keep building this out, adding people in? And the issue of it is one, is getting out, meeting those people, having those conversations, finding people that you connect with that do a great job. And I know for me, even now as I have my coaching business, is having a network of people. I'm always building a network. One primarily is just for me. So I have all these people in my life. So if I need a painter, or if I need a plumber, I got somebody that I can call. I don't have to, search on Facebook or Google it or whatever, right, and find someone that may or may not be good. If I can have a go-to person in my world, it makes it so much better. But the greater piece of this is that in your business, when we start talking about how do we generate more referrals, well, you hear me say this all the time: bringing value. What does that look like, right? It's sending out items of value to people. But the big key piece of this is that if we can help them to solve a problem, maybe it's painting, maybe it's plumbing. And if we become that go-to source and we let people know, it's like, hey, I'm connected to a bunch of people. If there's anything that you ever need, for example, like a plumber, electrician, an attorney, hey, anything like that, let me know, because I work with a lot of great people, and I would love to be able to connect you. And then what happens is that, let's just say, this is Jenny out here. Okay. I've connected her. She's connected with Antonio, and this turned out to be like great. They got the house painted. Antonio got some business. Jenny got her house done. Right now we're happy. Right now I'm looked at differently, not only, okay, by Jenny, because then I've helped her solve a problem. I've become more valuable to her. I've also then I've helped Antonio's business. Right now we have reciprocation that you hear me talk about, where Antonio's then looking at ways like, man, Bill sent me this business. It was I got a new client out of that. And again, it just goes back to how our brain is wired, is that Antonio's like looking for a way to like, hey, how do I do that? How do I find someone that, regardless if it's real estate, mortgage, insurance, financial services, doesn't matter, right? This can be basically any industry. And so this is where the power, this is where this is like the two-prong or three-prong approach to all of this, is that this benefits me, it benefits anybody in my world, my clients, and it also benefits the people in my network, right? Because I'm helping them grow their business. And then again, I don't do this, it's not a paid program. I'm not making any money off of any of these people. I just find good people that are doing a great job that I've either used myself personally, or a client has, or someone at that point in time in my real estate world, someone on my team had done that. And then it's like, this is how we do this. It's not a pay to play type of a deal, because I want to know that they're going to do a great job, right? For whoever I send to them. And this is where the power of this is inside of the network. And so I want you to look at right now, like be thinking about this. How big is my network? How many people do I have in this? And you can start making a list of different professions of what are we all going to need eventually? HVAC, plumbing, roofing, electrician, right? Especially anything, painter, anything with trades related, right? Unless you're great at that, which I'm not. I have to go and pay someone to do that. Who's a great CPA, who's a great attorney, hairdresser. Not that I have much hair left anymore, right? All of those things, because you may be having someone that's recently moved into the area that's a client, depending on what it is that you're doing business with, that they may not have any connections yet with people. This is why you want to make sure that that you have this network built out, and you're continually building that out, because you're going to have some people that may come and go out of that network, and that's okay. But as you have new people, as you're getting new businesses, as those people are coming in, is, hey, I just want you to know I'm active in the community. I have access to a lot of great people. So and give them examples of what that looks like, and for them to reach out to you. Okay. One of the other things that what I would recommend not to do is not to publish this list on your website. People go, well, why? Why would you not do that? Just put it out there. Here's my thinking behind it, is I want to be the gatekeeper. I would rather be able to have Jenny have a conversation with me, okay, then go to my website and then pull all this out, because and it's not a control thing. It's just that when I'm proactively reaching out, as we all know, to our database and having a conversation, and it's like, and she has a need, then I'm like, hey, I've got a great painter. Would it be okay if I connected you with him? Yes, exactly. Right. This is what we want to do, because then I'm bringing her value that I could, because if I put this on my website, right, there's a list on there. She could go and have a bad, and I don't even know that Jenny goes and uses Antonio, because now what happens is I'm not in this. Now this goes this direction, right? We don't have this triangle now. It's just a straight line. She's going to Antonio, and let's say Antonio doesn't call her back, or it turns out to be not so great. Now she may reach out to me at that point and say, that didn't go very well, whatever. I got it off your website, all of those other things. And so I want the experience to be great. Why do I want the experience to be great? Because I want Jenny to be happy, because if Jenny's happy and I've helped in that happiness, again, it goes back to the problems that I'm able to help clients solve. And that makes a huge, huge difference inside of what we're doing with building out our network, getting those referrals, right? That we're working on doing it. So you can run it the way you want to run it, but I'm just going to tell you and this is why we're proactively reaching out and letting people know, having those conversations. Hey, thought about you today. Hey, what's going on in your world that I can help you with? And then I might even be coaching related, real estate related, whatever your industry is, it's probably something else. But then if I can do this and then I can help people out, then I'm going to be more top of mind for them when the opportunity comes, when someone mentions financial services or insurance or mortgage or whatever it is, right? It goes back to that reciprocation thing. And now I have two people in my corner on that deal. I got Antonio because I've referred him some business, and I've got Jenny as well. So that's why I wanted to just kind of jump on here and share that with you. It's come up in a couple of times over the last couple of weeks about about the network, and I just wanted to kind of just make this not a great visual, but a visual, and nonetheless that you can see why there's so much, why it's so important to be continually to be able to build out that network, to make yourself a better problem solver, to be a connector, to be able to help your people, the people in your world, better. And I believe this because it's worked for me, for my students, is that it's led to definitely more business as well. So the bigger the problems that we can solve, right, the better, the more that we get compensated in what we were able to do. So that's what I've got for you today on this training. Hey, if you want a copy of my network builder checklist, just drop me a comment down below, and I'll shoot that over to you in Messenger, just to help you start be thinking about, hey, how do I get this going? And maybe if you don't have one, or you do, and how you can just start to create it and get it going bigger and better. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will see you on the next training.